Hey, what's up? What's going on, people? What's going on, man? I'm on here for a little bit. I want to discuss some stuff. Uh, some yeah, I got some things to say. Got a few reactions. Um, but yeah, I got some stuff I want to say. Some things I want to put out. And this is in reference to a post I made yesterday about my hometown, Uniontown, Alabama. But I want to just come on here to clear the air and tell the truth. It said, tell the truth, shame the devil. Tell the truth, shame the devil. But hey, it is what it is, man. Just let a few more people come in here, and then I'll address it. Some stuff that I wanted to talk about. And this is about my hometown, Uniontown, Alabama. Uniontown, Alabama. First and foremost, I was born and raised in the Black Belt region of Alabama. Born in Demopolis. My family lived in Funsdale until I was like a year and a half. Then we moved to Uniontown. My dad's folks, the Shepherds, are from Uniontown. Even on my both my maternal grandmother's side, I'm kin to the Adams, the Harrises, the Shepherds, the Fikes. That's my family. That's where I'm from. I'm from Uniontown. I lived in Uniontown. I went to kindergarten at Hatch. Then I went to Greensboro because my mom worked up in for the Board of Education in Greensboro. So I went to Greensboro from 1st grade to 12th grade. I grew up in Uniontown. Spent the better parts of my life in Uniontown. My folks, my grandparents, Josephine Shepherd, Eddie Shepherd, the Langhorns, all of that. Those are my people. That's where I'm from. Now, I made a post yesterday, and in the post that I made yesterday, the post was highlighting was pictures that I took this past Friday. I took those pictures this Friday. Took those pictures this past Friday because I came home, got a little time off from work, and I drove home from Georgia, where I'm stationed at Fort Stewart, which, by the way, I've been in the Army for the last 25, almost 26 years. And I came home, and this is something that I've been seeing the few times that I've been home, because I recently came home not too long ago. I fed the high school football team in my old high school. But I came home and I saw the conditions of the town. And when I went up to, I went up to Dollar General, and I went to Dollar General to get something, because two nice young ladies two ladies that worked in there. I went over to Chevron and bought them some chicken because they was trying to get something to eat. And I said, I'll go get you something to eat. So I got them something to eat. Then I just looked at it, and I stared right when you come out of Dollar General. If you stare right across, that's that building that has a big old, it's just no roof. The roof is caved in on it, and the front is missing on it, right? I've been seeing that for the last few years I've been coming home. And I left home and went to college in 1998, 27 years ago, because I graduated high school in 1998. Uniontown did not look like what it looked like now. Now, my response to it is I made the post because, like I said in my post, the intentions of it was to raise awareness, right? But it amazes me. This is the thing that amazes me throughout all of that, is people are upset at me because I posted the pictures. What one lie did I tell? What one lie did I tell? I did not tell one lie. Pictures say 1,000 words. And sitting around and try to talk about a lot of stuff, it's not going to change a lot of things. Now, what I mean by that is we have to raise awareness and see what the reality is of where it is at. The city of Uniontown is in despair. Now, there's a lot of people who made comments, a lot of people who shared my post and then blocked me from commenting on their post, which is kind of insane because nothing I said was offensive. And I just asked. And then the question was asked, what am I doing about it? My question is, what are you doing about it? My question is, I'm raising awareness, not only raising awareness, but what do you know what I've actually have done for the city of Uniontown? For people that don't know, yeah, and my uncle said, people said, bring them on camera. Listen, my thing is this. Most of those people don't even know me. They know of me or don't even know me at all. For the past few years, I've been the host of, about 5 years, I've been the host. My sister Portia asked me to take over as the host of the Black Belt Experience. Not only that, when Mayor Long was elected mayor, I volunteered my time and my experience, and I helped assisted him in developing a strategy for the city. Part of that strategy including area beautification, beautifying the city, right? This is the thing with that. For a lot of people who have made those comments about, oh, well, they belong to private owned business. Yes, they do. But guess what? As the elected officials who have volunteered to be elected, that the city council, which is equivalent to the Congress, they are the Congress. They set the laws and the ordinance, and the mayor is the executive branch, and the mayor is the one who signs it and put it in the law. They can make ordinance, and they can do fines and tell these people they got to keep those buildings up. They can do that. They have the power to do that. That is well within their right. So when we got people who volunteered to be leaders and haven't done anything and allowed the city to go to the state of despair, you talk to those people. They can get the tax records to figure out who own those buildings, and they can go to them and give them a notice to say, hey, you have this amount of days to fix this up. Or we would take further actions. They can do fines. They can do all these other things instead of letting the stuff stay in the state of despair that it's in. Now people have the audacity to talk about, oh, if you are upset about me posting it, keep that same energy and go and volunteer and make sure you hold these people accountable and make the city better. Make it better. Instead of being mad at me for me posting first of all, I'm a grown individual. I am grown. I'm 45, soon to be 46 this week. I saw something that did not look like how I looked when I grew up. I want what's better than back home. You don't know what I've done. It's funny that people always say that. I've lived in New York and drove back home to support. You don't know the things that I've done. And the thing that gets me upset is you mad at me for posting what you see when you go home. Only thing I did was rent around downtown. I didn't go around other places. I could have went down Cedar Bluff Road, and you see the road, the conditions of those roads. You see the conditions all around the city. And we keep electing these people. And what I said was, over the last 30 years, and it's even been longer than that, it's really going back to 50 years. Because 1968, former Mayor Hayden was elected to the city council. 1972, he won the mayorship. He was the mayor from 1972 to 1996. Then he went to the state level for legislation. And after that, it was Mayor May. All of these were Democratic leaders. It was Mayor May. Then after Mayor May, it was Pastor White. After Pastor White, it was Jamal Hunter. After Jamal Hunter, it was Chris Long. Now it's Ron Miller. All of those have been Democrat leaders. Now people are just upset because I'm calling it the way that it is. If you go through and you see Uniontown, it should make your heart hurt. It should piss you off the same way it pissed me off. The same way when I drove through Selma coming home last year, it almost brought me to tears because I remember how Selma was when I was a little kid. Yes, I understand the economic impact of Craig Air Force Base leaving. I understand all of those things. And people always say, well, the young people leaving, I know that. But this is why this is why I hold elected officials to account. Why? In the early 1990s, y'all don't believe me, in the early 1990s, the city council of the city leadership of Tuscaloosa had the foresight and the vision to advocate to bring Mercedes-Benz plant there. Now, if those who don't remember were probably too young or wasn't born during this time, the city limits of Tuscaloosa didn't go all the way out to Vance. They moved the city limits out there to invite to entice Mercedes-Benz to come there. By them doing that, what was the impact of that? Right? What was the impact of that? The impact of that was by them making that decision, it led to an economic boom in Tuscaloosa by bringing the Mercedes-Benz. Because when Mercedes-Benz plant came, all the other businesses and factories came, which brought jobs to the Black Belt, where it brought significant forms of income for a lot of people, especially people around my age, to get good paying jobs. Now, Tuscaloosa population was roughly 75,000 people in 1990. Now it's 125,000 people. That means that it's a 42% increase because of the economic foresight of those elected officials to advocate to bring businesses there. Now let's fast forward down to Uniontown. Uniontown have Arrowhead landfill right outside, and they say it's the county area, but everybody there knows that it's in Uniontown, right outside of the city limits of Uniontown. Arrowhead landfill, since they was founded, has estimated made over $500 million. That landfill, which they took in 2007, 2008, they took that toxic coal ash from Tennessee. And a lot of citizens advocated against it, but the county leadership pushed it to happen, but did not make sure that the community benefited from it. That's what I'm talking about elected leadership. And all those leaders that I'm talking about are Democratic leaders that are black people that sit there and want you to vote for them, straight ticket voted, that everybody know exactly what I'm talking about, that they allege steal election through absentee ballots. And people have made claims of this last election that they just had in August and September of the same thing going on, which my sister ran for mayor. So a lot of people have a lot of different things to say, right? A lot of people have a lot of different things to say and upset just because I showed the reality of what it looks like. And you mad and you ashamed because I showed pictures of what I see when I get home. Like, that makes me upset because that's where I'm from. Anybody who served with me, anybody who have served with me in my entire career can tell you from a shadow, without my boy Flo watching right now. We served together back at Fort Riley back in 2003. And he would tell you then I always rep where I'm from. Because I love and very proud of where I'm from, because where I'm from made me. And you know what? I know for a fact it can be better. But we just got to stop being tired and being in our dumb feelings about stuff and stop getting our feelings and tell the truth. See, a lot of people, what I've seen is a lot of people are very upset. And the reason why they're upset is because their family members been the ones that have been elected in those positions. And they feel personally attacked. I ain't talking about those people personally. I'm talking about them serving in the capacity of what they've been elected for. That's all. The capacity of what they've been elected for. Period. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Kay. They should be mad at what it looks like. But people have shared my post and people have made comments. One comment was like, if you're not going to do nothing about it, hush. What? Yeah, and look, it's people that I serve with. They know that I represent where I'm from. And where did I lie at? Where did I lie? Where did I lie? The decline. I'm talking about the decline. I'm somebody who's been there to help. And somebody asked me a question, well, what are you going to do about it? Then when I asked them the question, hey, these are some of the things I would do. What about you? Oh, no, man, I'm just an observer. I'm not an action. Think about that. Like, I listen, man, I want people to really understand this. Like, and I'm saying this to be honest. I'm not going to be quiet. I'm not. I'm willing to help. I've offered my support. I offer my support for free multiple times for people to reach out if they need help with coming up with plans or organizing or planning. Why? Because that's part of my job. I'm a logistic officer in the military. And and Corey, it's not just about being an elected official. You don't have to be an elected official to bring action and bring change. The thing I'm trying to do is get people to wake up. Just get people to wake up. Look, hold these people accountable. You look at it for what it is, right? The local municipal government is structured just like we have at the federal. You have your judicial, you have your legislative, and you have your executive branch. Like this, like the level of time, energy, and effort that I volunteer to stay abreast of what is going on back home to keep people informed. Y'all see what I'm saying? To keep people informed and keep the community informed about what's actually going on, what law says, and what that's part of giving back. Like, I'm just being honest. And you mad because I posted the truth? Like, listen, if I pissed you off, thank God that I pissed you off. Now, what you gonna do you gonna do some change on it. Because it'd be one thing if I'm not from there. That's where I was born and raised. Listen, I volunteered. I've served in the military for the last 25 plus years, getting ready to retire. Right? And when you start to look at certain things, hey, why would I just start talking about infrastructure? Just basic infrastructure. This is the stuff that, like, think about this. When I left to go to Alabama A&M, and when I joined the military in 2000, this is what I remember Uniontown having. Uniontown had 2 grocery stores. They had Clover Farm. They had Piggly Wiggly. They had AJ's. They had Bill's Dollar Store. They had Best Mart. They had the Chevron. They had the store that's right there. Like if you're going towards the Rabbit Yard, then they had the end store like you're going towards Fonsdale. They had a lot more stuff going on. And even downtown, they had a lot of different things. They had Pruitt right there, right across from Best Mart. They had all these businesses. But then now we have people that's been elected, and everybody know, the people that's from there know exactly what I'm talking about. Of all of these people complaining about the alleged theft that was going on with people being elected to those positions. When Mayor Long took over and got elected, took over for the former mayor Jamal Hunter, the city of Uniontown had $2,000 in the bank. $2,000. And Mayor Long, rest in peace to him, before he died, he helped clear up a lot of debt for the city of Uniontown. Now, with the other things with that is the city of Uniontown also haven't had an official audit for the last, 13 to 15 years. Now, when people talk about, well, you can get grant, you can't get grant funding if you don't have an audit. You have to be what you call fundable. And the problem that a lot of people have with that is if you haven't done an audit in the last 13, 14 years, it's hard for you to apply or qualify for a lot of these grants that can fix certain things up. But it's different ways of doing it. That they had a cleaners too. They had a lot of different things, Miss Russell. What I'm saying is you got Highway 80 coming right through there. The number of people coming right through there. It's a lot. It's a lot of potential. And I'm excited about that potential. What I am talking about is I'm just tired of the same old being the same old and we just accepting it as is. And for those who've known, who've watched the Black Belt Experience or have known me, known that I have not just been quiet now. I ain't just coming back and try to stir something up. No, if it pissed you off because I posted those pictures, I would say God bless you. But that's not going to stop me. And that post had nothing to do with my sister Portia at all. And for the audacity to some people to message her and talk about what she gonna do you not know what Portia has done for not only the city of Uniontown, but for the Black Belt? Do you also know that there's a lot of people, the gatekeepers, that work tirelessly to help, and I'm gonna say this, allegedly finance people to buy absentee ballots to keep her from coming in office? Why? Because they don't want people to do an audit. Why they don't want people to do an audit? Because, and then the Alabama state law, SB Senate Bill 307, which came into law October the 1st, states that, and if you want to look it up, Alabama SB 307. Go and Google it since you think I'm lying. But it says that all county, city, municipal, county, and city government have to post their audits, their budgets, and their monthly expenses online for the people to see it. Now, I would say this, Perry County is the only county, and I said on the Black Belt Experience show, Perry County is the only county right now, the only county right now that outside of the Black Belt that I'm talking about, you got Hale, Green, Marengo, Dallas, Lowndes, Wilcox, they're the Pickens, they're the only county that you can go find that stuff online right now. But the city of Uniontown don't have it. The city of Marion don't have it. Now, what they do have, they have the budget. They don't have the audit, and they don't have their monthly expenses. And I'm glad that bill was passed so the citizens can come and look at it. When you go look, listen, y'all think I'm joking. If you go to Uniontown, ride down Cedar Bluff Road. Ride out downtown. Just ride through any neighborhood. They got potholes after potholes after potholes. But you mad because I posted pictures of downtown. where roof is falling in on buildings, and one building don't even have a front entrance. I will say this: if that upsets you, take action. Don't try to act like I'm down to nobody, because I'm not. And it's fun. The funny thing is, and I'm gonna read the actual thing I said in the post. That's why I said people be getting upset about stuff just to be upset. And I said in my post, and I quote, I said, I am someone who takes tremendous pride in being born and raised in the Black Belt region of Alabama. Uniontown, Alabama is where I was raised and where many of my family members currently live. These are pictures I took this past weekend while visiting the current state of the town's downtown area. This is not an attempt to embarrass or tarnish the town's reputation, but it is 100% about raising awareness about the state of despair the town is currently in. Oh, if you ain't gonna do nothing about it, you should hush. Like, that's the same mindset that led us, because where we at right now ain't get there overnight. It didn't get there overnight. And the same thing, what I'm saying is, those same elected officials who have the power to influence change, they get paid every month for the positions they volunteered to represent. Now, if anybody want to say that, clock that T. However, whatever that is, clock that T. Because where did I lie? Where did I lie at? I'm just saying, the thing is just frustrating, man. We got to get out of our feelings and look at the reality for where it's at and tell it for what it is. Stop letting people play in your face. And the sad thing is, because people get emotional, they don't even look at it for who is better for our community to bring forth the change that we need. But instead, we're rally behind people we kin to, and the people we kin to hadn't done nothing but put their name in the hat when it was time for election. I will always represent where I'm from. I will always be proud of where I'm from. And I will always advocate until the day I die for things to be better. But we can't sit around and see a reality of where it's at and then act like it ain't what it is. Look at it. If I'm lying, go and take pictures right now of downtown Uniontown today. Go and take pictures and tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. Tell me if I'm lying. There's a lot of people that have been advocating and doing a lot of things, a lot of good grassroots behind the scenes stuff. But a lot of this stuff, man, where are the elected officials doing? They came and talked during the election time about how much money they got in the bank. But I'll say this, it's 2025. And the city of Uniontown don't even have trash cans. People got to buy their own trash cans. But we have a landfill. We have a landfill that's there, that's one of the largest landfills in America, who take trash from 33 other states. And we can't go and talk to them as elected officials to get them to pay for it, at least trash cans that people can have. Think about that. And if you mad about me telling people the truth and really showing the truth of what I saw out of my own two eyes, then keep that same energy about holding people accountable to bring forth change. Keep that same energy about going to different churches and getting different people in the community to volunteer to clean up. Keep that same energy. But watch this. If those buildings are owned by private people, the city got to get permission from those people to do something. And Brittany, you said, where are the ones that can help the elected officials? Listen, there's a lot of people. I will tell you like this, and I'm finna say this, right? I thank God for my military experience. I learned a lot of stuff from the military. And one of the things about it is, I call it the burden of command. I've had the privilege of commanding or being the commander of an organization for approximately 30 months in the military. Really more than that, 39 months in the military. In my whole 25 years, I've been in the capacity of a commander for 39 months. The thing that I love about that is, once you get in that position, you're responsible for what happened, good, bad, or indifferent. If you volunteer to say you want to be a city council or mayor or whatever, once you get in that position, you're responsible for it. You can't use the excuse, I don't know. Guess what happened? You can call other cities. You can call other cities. You can get on Google. You can look up a lot of stuff. Instead of just sitting there where ain't nobody trained me, ain't nobody. What have these elected officials done to better themselves? Now, Brittany, I will tell you, I just went on Google last night and I Googled, can cities find people for buildings in despair? And they gave a list. Yes. Boom. This is what the city council can do. It's easy. That is easy. But we have tolerated people for their incompetence and their mediocrity for so long because we know them, they are cousins, they are aunts and whatever, they kin to us. So when they do a terrible job, we just vote them back in, and then we get mad when somebody come and asks them why aren't they doing the job that they volunteered for, they was elected to do, and they're getting compensated to do. And we feel like people are attacking them personally. Never said one thing personally about it. And the same people mad about what I posted see the same thing that I'll talk about. Yeah, and Brittany, I don't disagree with you. There's a lot of people willing to help, but at the same point, where have the elected officials reached out to the community to solicit support to bring those change? Where have that been? Like, where have that been? Where have they set up meetings to coordinate with community leaders, to pastors, to community organizers, to have town halls to talk about, hey, what are some things we can do to make this better? When have that happened? I promise you, if they put that out, people would be there to support. But you can't be doing it during the middle of the day like they be having them water board meeting at 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock when people be working. Do it at the time where it's advantageous for other people who work, who can be there. Put it out in advance. Like, I've been a big advocate for all elected cities, people, and everything to have social media, have presence on all these different platforms to communicate to people. That's what I've been doing. I've done that. I've been advocating for that. Why? Because you need to control your narrative, and you need to have an avenue where you can talk to the people. But if you're not willing to do it, you just want the same old, same old. Dog, we've been doing the same old, same old. Listen, this last election with Portia being the mayor, and listen, I'm not, and this, everybody knows that election was just jacked up. Because how in the world you go from, you have 35% of the people who voted in that election, 369 people out of 1,037 people voted absentee ballots. See? You see what I'm saying? And the state average, that was 35% of the votes in this past election, and the runoff was absentee ballots. But the state average last year was 1.9%. 17 times higher than the state average. And it was in support of an incumbent mayor. And we asked them, what has been done? What are the tangible results? What has gotten better in Uniontown? Now, if somebody have a problem, now they ain't saying this, if somebody want to have a conversation, have a real conversation about, you know, my why or some of those things, and want to question the things, what have I done? Listen, I've supported in the capacity of which I could support. Like, I was living up 30 miles from Canada and was coming home and supporting in the capacity of what I can support. Like, that's what I'm saying. Not only that, I've also supported other communities in the Black Belt. I've advocated for a lot of different stuff. I'm tired, man. Me personally, I'm tired of the same old excuses that we getting offended when people talking about what is real reality. What we need is, we have to be honest about the reality of where we at. Instead of being upset about it, look at it for what it is and like, okay, what can we do there? And Kay, you're right. Crazy thing is that just plain common sense is math. It is. We can have better. We just have to want better. Listen, y'all think I'm joking. Portia shared about Geraldine, Alabama. It's in northern Alabama, a poor rural community that has white people there. They wanted a park. The community came together and The city bought the stuff, but the community cleaned everything up and built the park. They wanted a Subway. They wanted a Pizza Hut. Somebody owned the land, donated the building or whatever, and they bought a Subway and a Pizza Hut. And guess what? Geraldine got about 1,000 people. Uniontown estimated to have 1,800 people. They got half of the number of people that we have, but they got more stuff than Uniontown have. Why? Because the community had the mindset to work together. That's all I'm advocating for. We don't have to sit around and look at it. Go look at those pictures. Look at those pictures. Look at them. That's not a scene from a movie. That's from downtown Uniontown, where we hadn't had a grocery store in Union. Look, I say this, man. I came home this past weekend, and I ended up cooking. When I cook, in September, I came back and I cooked for my high school football team. I had to stop in Montgomery at Sam's on my way home from Georgia to get the bulk food that I needed, because I knew that I didn't have means to go to a grocery store locally when I got to Uniontown, because I cooked at Uniontown to feed the football team. When I was just at home, I decided that I wanted to cook. I cooked some barbecue chicken. I cooked some neck bones and some stuff. I fed my aunts, uncles, and my family members. I stopped in Demopolis when I dropped my sister off at work. I went to Demopolis, stopped at the meat place. On my way home, I had grilled some cabbage. I forgot that I didn't get the cabbage, so I went to Greensboro, coming from Demopolis. Went to Greensboro to go to the food outlet so I can get some cabbage and some other vegetables, because I steamed some vegetables before I went to Uniontown, because Uniontown don't have no grocery store. So I had to drive, 40 miles outside of what I should have driven just to get that. We got a Family Dollar and a Dollar General. They sell some stuff, but that's not a full grocery store. Shouldn't be that. That's all I'm saying. Because we used to have Piggly Wiggly, Clover Farm. We had a lot of stuff. The biggest thing growing up, I'm going uptown. That's all I'm talking about. And many of these people that are that are currently elected in those positions, many of those people have been elected multiple years. And we keep electing them. And my question is, what have they done to make the city better? I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, Japanese, Chinese, white, black, green. I want somebody that's in there that understands what it needs to take to make the city better. Because these same people who claiming to be for the people when at election time comes, they're gatekeepers, and they fight against people who really trying to bring change. Because the Uniontown Park and Recreation Board went to the Perry County Commission and asked for a donation, because guess what? They look what they've done. They're working to get funding to revitalize these parks around Uniontown. And they've done it. They've redone the basketball court. They redone the basketball. They did a lot of these things, but didn't get support from the county commission. But these same commissioners will come around you now, election time coming up next year. They're going, oh, hey, we here for the community. No, they ain't. They for people that they like, and if they feel like they can't control you, then that's what they're going to advocate and work against you. So listen, that's what I wanted to get on here to clear the air, because I made my post where what really upset me was people asking me what I'm going to do. Or like, if I'm not going to do anything, hush. No, first of all, like I said before, I got grandkids. I can say and do whatever I want to say, but where did I lie? Please tell me, where did I lie? Please tell me. Go back and look at my post on my page that I posted yesterday about Uniontown and tell me, where did I lie? Where was one lie? If you don't like it, that's a personal issue. But I will continue to raise awareness. I will continue to advocate, because we deserve better. We deserve better. And I'm not putting no hope in no elected officials. What I'm saying is these elected officials should be held accountable for the job they are doing and they aren't doing. And if they're doing something, man, we celebrate them. We celebrate them. And that's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm advocating for. So I wanted to jump on here and share that and talk about that for a little bit. And and the other thing, this is if you're gonna share my post, why block me from commenting on my post that you shared? I'm just trying to understand that, right? And if you're gonna make comments about me, just be bold enough to tag me in it, because this ain't no mess or no drama. I'm talking about the real deal stuff. And if you have the audacity to ask me what I'm going to do, but you're not willing to do anything, why ask me what I'm going to do? That's just curious on that. But hey, I will continue to be an advocate. I will continue to be a champion for the city. But I also will continue to call the city out for what it is when it's not doing what the things that it needs to do. And this is not just isolated to Uniontown. Talked about it about Marion, talked about it about Utah, about Greensboro, about all these other cities that they have things going on. And when there are things that are going great, we talk about it as well. I talk about it as well. Only thing I ask for is transparency. And if you're mad, if this upsets you, hey, go ahead and get motivated and talk to some people about doing some stuff. And guess what? I will celebrate you for doing it. But one thing I won't do is you ain't gonna, just because you're upset about it, that don't mean I'm gonna stop talking. You guys have a blessed and wonderful day. I hope all is well. I hope you guys have a blessed rest of the week. God is good all the time. And just like I said, y'all see what I got on right now? Alabama through and through. Boy, love where I'm from and will continue to advocate where I'm from. You know why? Because not only we deserve better, but we can have better. You guys be blessed.